I did not perk. I did not see LeBron working out. Now that I saw the little snippet just before we got this thing and I saw him working out, guess what, Stephen A? The Thunder, a Boost Mobile bundle, WWE Royal Rumble. Lakers in 5.
Known for his appearances on ESPN's First Take, Pro Football Hall of Famer and media personality Shannon Sharpe right there, finding himself in the middle of a $50 million sex assault lawsuit. So now he's stepping away from his TV duties, but his case is what's trending in true crime. Attorneys filing the suit against the former NFL star earlier this week for a woman who's listed in court documents as Jane Doe. The suit accuses Sharpe of using physical force on her and inflicting emotional distress. The anonymous woman is claiming that her relationship with the 56-year-old started back in 2023 when she was 20 years old. The woman is represented by Tony Busby. That name sounds familiar? Well, it should. He's been known for having some legal battles with Jay-Z and Sean Combs, who Sharpe addressed in his statement on TikTok.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup.
Now, attorney Tony Busby told CNN, quote, "Takes a great deal of courage to stand up against those with power, fame, and money. I look forward to pressing this case in court." Now, we're asking our power panel this morning, are these allegations brought against Sharpe a bad look or a preview into bad acts? Let's bring back in attorneys Kevin Brackett and Dave Ehrenberg, and welcome in entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, let me begin with you. Your thoughts, please.
Oh boy, Julie, messy, 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 petty, 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 take down, shake down, whatever word you want to use. We see this in Hollywood and entertainment, especially in sports, all the time. The thing is about Shannon, he is a direct shooter. He is very honest, and he does want the entire text message thread and the clips and the chats and everything released, and I understand why. But it doesn't make it less messy or nasty, and I think that things will come to light, but I think that it's going to be a really tricky situation if he was using his power and influence to, I guess, take away her autonomy or to force her into anything. It's kind of sickening. It was really hard for me to even read and listen to the things that were being said, but he is a straight shooter. He is a truth teller. That's what he lives on. He stands on that in his business, and I'm hoping that the truth comes to light, and then it just is not as messy. It stops getting messy. It's very messy.
Right. Holland, you're right. Kevin Brackett, let me go to you next. Your thoughts, please.
Well, Julie, these are the hardest cases. When we look back at what Jay-Z just had this same experience last month, and there were, at the start of the accusations against him. Anytime you have someone coming forward to make an accusation like this against somebody who is well-to-do and has a great deal of money, it always is going to be raised the possibility that this is just a money grab, and that's exactly what Mr. Sharpe seems to be doing here. It doesn't necessarily mean these aren't true. Rich people do bad things sometimes. So I applaud his calling for all of the evidence to come out. If there is more to the tape that is apparently out there, obviously you need to see the entire thing, and usually the rules of evidence in every state provide for that. If you're going to put a piece of evidence in, you can't just shave off a part of the video and put that forward. You've got to put the entire thing out there so that the judges of the fact have the context for it. So it is so hard to tell at this stage whether this is just a money grab or whether Mr. Sharpe really did do something bad. But there's obviously some issues here.
Right. And Kevin, you're right. A complete picture is what is necessary here. That says a lot. He's calling for it. Dave Ehrenberg, last but not least on our power panel, your thoughts, please.
Julie, that statement by Shannon Sharpe is for the court of public opinion only. It will never be allowed in court. His defense that Tony Busby, the lawyer here, is a racist and targets black men, that's not going to come into court, but he's trying to influence the court of public opinion. The problem for Shannon Sharpe is if other women come forward, just like in the Diddy situation, and corroborate the claim with something similar. And we now have reports that there is another ex-girlfriend who had filed a rape accusation against Shannon Sharpe a couple years prior. And so that's the type of thing you want to avoid from his sake, from his camp. But right now, you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't know, as Kevin said, if this is just a shakedown. The evidence will continue to come out. But that's the thing he has to worry about the most, that the initial complaint here will engender more to come and give more people courage to speak out against a very powerful celebrity.
Sure. I love that point, Dave. And it made me wonder initially when I saw the lawyer that filed it, I had to wonder, did she see what's been in the news with Diddy and Jay-Z? You know, how did she find Tony Busby? Really curious about that, and if that will affect her case one way or the other. As we know, he and Jay-Z got into it recently. Now, let's talk about another aspect of this. So Shannon Sharpe said he's going to temporarily take a break from his role on ESPN while this lawsuit plays out. His recent statement says, in part, quote, "I'll be devoting this time to my family and responding and dealing with these false and disruptive allegations set against me. I plan to return to ESPN at the start of the NFL preseason." Now, Sharpe is most known for his television and social media appearances now, but before he found stardom on those platforms, he was a dominant tight end in the NFL for 14 seasons. Here's a little more on him. Played on 2 Super Bowl winning teams, voted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011, retired as the NFL's all-time leader among tight ends in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns. So our next question for our incredible power panel is, with so much to lose in the world of public perception, will Shannon Sharpe be able to rebound from the accusations? Howland, what do you think?
Oh man, I think this is exposure season. This is truth season. It doesn't matter what your accolades are. It doesn't matter what your title is, how many awards you have, how much money you have. If you are doing anything in the dark, that it's going to come to light. And this is not the time to rely on your notoriety. This is the time to be truthful and, I guess, pay the price for your actions. And hopefully, hey, well, if he bounces back from this, like many have, we've seen it happen time and time again. Power does that, but also it's the time for accountability for those in power.
Right, Holland. Well said. Kevin, to you next, please.
Yeah, so much depends on how this thing plays out, Julie. If there's some stunning piece of evidence that shows her talking about, I'm just going to get some money out of him, this is going to be a bump and run. I saw what this Busby guy was doing with P. Diddy and Jay-Z, and I thought maybe this is my chance too. If there's something like that, then he comes out smelling like a rose. Obviously, if that video shows something terrible, there's no coming back from it. And I think it looks like ESPN might be hedging its bets and trying to decide whether or not they want to risk having him stay on. So that's probably a calculated decision on their part as well as his.
Oh, that's a good point, Kevin. Thank you. Dave Ehrenberg, would you take us home? Your thoughts, please.
Well, videos are the worst thing for a situation like this. It's one thing to have an accusation, but if there's anything caught on tape, just ask Diddy. He was able to survive all those allegations over years until there was that video of him assaulting Cassie. Now, if any video like that comes out, in addition to the audio, that'll be a real problem for Shannon Sharpe. But if he's acquitted ultimately, then he'll be back on the air. We're a very forgiving society, despite cancel culture. If you're acquitted in a court of law, or if this case gets settled in advance, I suspect that his career will be far from over.